Afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Circuit Season 5 EU Final Tournament. We've made it here. It's been 2 months worth of going back and forth. Main Tournament 1, Main Tournament 2. We've gotten down through all the different teams. We're here. We're ready to see these top 4 teams duke it out and find out who will be the champion of the European division. But of course, our introductions are needed. I'm a master if you guys are just tuning in, and over on the other side, you guys know that guy. You've seen him before. That's Twist.
Hello, welcome. Great to be here. The finals are finally here. This is what everyone has been waiting for, and finally we can decide who is the true Circuit Season 5 EU Final champion. Because if we take a look at the tournament progression so far, we can see that we've been through a lot. We've been through main tournament number 1, main tournament number 2, and obviously both of these tournaments are great, but they're mainly for points. Teams fight here, they still can win. You can still be main tournament number 1 winner or main tournament number 2 winner, but it's not as impressive. Everyone wants to be the guy who says I won Circuit Season 5 rather than saying I won main tournament number 1 or main tournament number 2. So once again, for the people who are just tuning in, this is how the circuit system works. Basically, there are 2 main tournaments. In both of these, teams compete for points. It doesn't matter if you win, if you take the first place, the second one. What matters is that you get as far as you can and get as many points as you can. Obviously, the further you get, the more points you get. And then, based off those points in both of these main tournaments, the 4 best teams in terms of their points advance to the final tournament, which is what we're here for today. The final tournament will go on today, Friday, and then also Saturday, and then the grand finals will be on Sunday. And if we take a look at the brackets so far, we can see that it's pretty interesting. All right, let's go for the points first. So this was the leaderboard after main tournament number 1 and number 2. There were many interesting things happening because the teams that made it are G9, Invictus, Hammers, and then also Valoris. But actually, we don't even see them here, but we do see them. Number 5 is Team Underestimated. As we can see, with 9 points, they almost made it to the finals. If they won main tournament number 2, they were in the finals. If they won the finals, they would have gone on to the finals here today, but they didn't. They took second place, and that's why Valorous was actually able to make it to the real finals today, right here, right now. So yeah, all 4 of these teams are definitely established teams with huge respect for all of these teams. Many people, pretty much everyone who's into the Critical Ops competitive scene knows these teams. Are pretty much a household name by now. And man, it's gonna be great finals because looking at this, I wouldn't really be that keen to put my money on any of these teams. They're all so highly competitive. They all have their pros and their cons. They all have their unique styles of play. So it's great that we're actually here and we're gonna see, which team is actually the best. Now here are the brackets. So again, this final tournament is going to span from today, Friday, to Sunday. Tomorrow also on Saturday we'll have some matches. But first, on Friday today, we'll see Team G9 versus Hammers, and then also Invictus versus Valorous. Now, based on these matches, we will have winners finals, and also we'll have consolidation rounds. So what this means is that the 2 teams that win today will move on to the winners finals, and they'll still, even if you lose tomorrow, you'll still have a chance to go to the grand finals. Whereas if you lose today, you only have one more chance to make it back. So this is as important as it gets. All of these teams want to get a head start. None of them want to be the losers that then have to kind of battle their way back up. So yeah, it's gonna be some great matches today. As we can see, G9 versus Hammer is going to be the first one, and then after that we're going to see Invictus versus Valorous.
Yep, and absolutely. After we get through all those matches and everything that everybody wants to do and everything that they're fighting for, we've got their actual prizing. That some of it they've already won since we've already gone through main tournaments. They've already gotten their prizing set in stone, and potentially they've already gotten all of it, especially for main tournament 1. They've got 6th to 9th place, 1,400 credits. They've got their 3rd to 5th place, 1,400 credits, 10 event cases. First and second place, getting their cash money of $250, 3,000 credits, 15 cases on either side for the premium and event. For second place, 500, 5,000, 20 on each case. But now, this is where we are. We're at the finals. This is what no matter who does what today and tomorrow and Sunday, no matter what, somebody will still be walking home guaranteed with $200, 3,000 credits, and those 10 premium cases. Whoever picks up third place, whoever the second one to be fully eliminated out, will at least guarantee $500, 3,000 credits, and 10 cases in event and premium. Now, once we get all the way down to the absolute finals, we got second place at $800, 4,000 credits, 15 event and premium, and then the ultimate number one, $2,000, 5,000 credits, 20 event and premium cases, and they get to walk out strutting a brand new champion circuit season 5 skin for being the absolute champions here, of course, in the European division. Now, this will be given out to the other regions as well, but again, this will be a small hand pool of people that'll be walking out with this beautiful, elegant skin. That if you see this online, just know it's probably gonna be bad time if they're not on your team.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, the skin is like every time I get amazed by like how amazing the skin is because like look at this man. This is Circuit Season 5, right? But every single season before this, they've had different skins for different guns, and all of them are just generally very very nice skins, like skins that you actually want to play with. And then of course, there's the additional flex element to it where, oh, I won Circuit Season 5. Look at the skin that I have. But still, man, great work from the designers of these skins. They really do look amazing. And actually, if you want to get something like this, not this season because we're in the finals already, you already have the teams, but, take your chance. If you're someone who's into Critical Ops competitive, make a team, find a team, join it, and join Circuit Season number 6, and then there'll be a different skin, but you'll also have a chance to get it. Anyways, let's move on to the first matchup of the day, which is going to be Hammers Esports versus G9. Now, this is a great matchup because again, all of these teams are stacked and packed. Like all of these teams it's crazy how many good players and how many established names we have on these teams, and it's honestly hard to figure out which one will take it. That's what makes the finals so interesting. So if we take a look at the Hammers side of things, we can see they definitely have many achievements under their belt. You can read them yourself, but the statistic that I'd like to point to is the fact that they've won 24 maps and lost 6. That is a ratio of 4 maps won to 1 lost. That is an absolutely insane win-to-loss ratio. Like, this kind of puts Hammers in the driving seat, at least in terms of, on-paper statistics. But, yeah, it's just an absolutely incredible statistic. Winning 4 matches, then losing 1. How many of you can do that in, like, ranked? And then imagine doing that at the highest level of Critical Ops competitive. It's absolutely insane. But, I mean, there's a reason why. Starting with, well, the man, the myth, legend, Noxic. We can see him top of the leaderboard here. He's definitely been just demolishing so many teams throughout the circuit seasons. But then also, give credit to all of other teammates that he has, like Solomons, Melody, all of these people, they Fearless especially. We know how good they are. We know what they can do, when they're ready to take the prize. So yeah, on the Hammer side of things, at least on paper, everything looks amazing. But G9, on the other hand, if we take a look at them, they've definitely not been lazy. They've been improving a lot because what we've seen from them in this Circuit Season 5 is absolutely incredible. They've been playing top of their game. Every single game, both individually and also in terms of team play, they've been showing up, and they've been showing up big time. Yes, maybe their maps won to maps lost isn't that good. Not everyone can boast that 4-to-1 ratio, but G9 is definitely a feared opponent and definitely someone you should look out for, even if you're that top 1, top 2 team like Hammers are. So the first matchup is going to be great. Reminding everyone, this is going to be a best of 1. So on Saturday and Sunday, we'll see best of 3s. But for now, since these are not elimination matches, we'll see best of 1s. Let's move on to the map bans. I actually want to know what map we're going to see today, because that also changes some things. Hey, Master, let us know. Let us know which map it's going to be.
Absolutely. So it looks like Hammers is going to be the first one to give us an idea what we're not going to be playing, and that's going to be Village. Nobody wants to give us some more Village love. It's always fantastic. But G9 wants to go ahead and get Grounded out of the way. Hammers wants to go ahead and drop Plaza. Legacy is going to go ahead and run. All right, so where's yep, another standard. We're going to get rid of Canal, so we're whittling them down. Port getting taken out. Soar, so we're only down to 2 more left in Raid, and it comes down to Bureau. And that's That's a solid choice. I mean, that's definitely out of any of the maps, aside from maybe Grounded. I mean, as far as being evenly matched, and evenly capable of taking it back, Bureau I think is a solid pick for them at this point.
Oh, most definitely. Like I've always said this, that in my opinion, Grounded, Canals, and also Bureau are the three most played, most competitive critical maps that there are. So that's why you also see them played a lot. But from these three maps, Bureau is really the map where you cannot make a single mistake. Like Bureau is so much about just holding your angles, having good aim, having proper teamwork and proper strategy. Because like on Grounded and on Canals, you can play around a bit. You can go for like some, one-off plays. You can go for some crazy plays that might work out for some crazy strats. Bureau is a very, very solid and structured map. It's a map where you can't really go for these outrageous plays and hope that they work out. Bureau is more about just having your strategy, having your smokes, having your nades, having your flashes, everything down to perfection, and then we see which one is better. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. This is definitely a map where, again, making mistakes will cost you many, many rounds very quickly. So it's a good start. It's definitely a good start to these series. And yeah, it's always fun to watch. Bureau is also a map where a lot of double kills, triple kills, quad kills even happen. So it's definitely a pleasure to watch. Same as kind of a pleasure to play. To be honest, it's kind of more fun to watch than play, because again, you can't go crazy on Bureau. You can't go for some fun things. Most of the time, you just have to be very disciplined, very precise, very sure of the things that you're doing. So it's great that we're seeing Bureau. And yeah, man, may the best team win. You wanna cast some predictions? We always laugh about the caster's curse, where whichever team we say is gonna win, the complete opposite happens. But still, I'd say that G9 have a chance. I want to believe in them because, again, on paper, Hammers are a bit better. But I'm not favoriting anyone here. I just kind of think that G9 might have a chance because Hammers, they're really a name that speaks for themselves.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely looking at Hammer stats earlier, I mean, they look really good. I mean, having that win loss ratio on maps is just really, really good. But we saw G9 last time, and they were just rocking it. Um, they really showed their strats. They were really going absolute toe to toe, and if they can do that again against Hammer, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like I said, Hammer looks fantastic, but after seeing G9, literally watching them do what they do, I don't know. I guess we got to really find out and see how these first, I don't know, 6, 7 rounds go, because that's really gonna make or break it at that point. If they can keep it close, or if it's just gonna be straight ahead, and we're off. It's gonna be how that's gonna roll. But honestly, again, I agree. May the best team win. And I know both of these teams have practiced. They've trained. I know that they've been putting in the time to make sure that they're going to be studying each other. So it's going to be really good to see who's done the kind of the big brain plays and studying to figure out what they can do and what their plans are. But what I do know that we're going to find out is some interviews. We've got some interviews from the teams. We're starting out with Team G9. Master Sadok is going to be sitting down with a new face coming in that we haven't seen in a minute. Mantis, we sitting down with him and talking about a little bit of the inner workings and what the plans are for today and these matches.
Hello everyone, I am Manthus, and today I'm joined by Sadak from G9. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thanks. How are you doing, Mantis?
I'm doing fantastic, and we have a nice little interview for your team. So to get us kicked off, why don't you go ahead and tell everyone watching a little bit about yourself and your team?
Well, my team is currently a top team for the Europe scene and based off Turkish players, fun people to play with, and I am the new leader of the team and in-game leader of the team, which are performing at a really high level currently.
All right, well, speaking of your team's performance, can you go ahead and let everyone know how your team performed in the first two main tournaments?
Well, in the main one tournament, my team placed at the fourth place. Pretty respectable achievement. But on the main tournament number 2, we won the entire thing, which we were happy to do.
All right, well, congratulations on your performance, and that we'll have to see if that can carry on into the final tournament here. One question I have for you about your team is, how would you say your team generally practices before these circuit matches?
Well, we usually play some TDMs, like not even some, like only one TDM before we scrim, and then yeah, after that TDM we play like one scrim a day, maybe two if the team's active. As obviously we are players of between 17 and 19, so we don't really have much time to put into the game.
All right, understood. I know it can be hard to, balance this with all the other things going on in your lives.
Yeah.
Um, if you could give one piece of advice to, one of the viewers watching, a casual who wants to go pro, what would your advice be for them?
Well, I would start off with that you should always know your position and being respectful to the already pro players if you ever meet one. Don't try to ask too many questions about other things that is not game related. And if you get to talk to a pro player, make sure that you get out every necessary info for you to become one yourself. Also, a good thing to do is to put, if you're a young player, you should put a lot of time in the game. You should do a lot of hard bots practice and 3 to 5 ranks a day to really know every map and to really know where your position should be in every map. And from there, you should try to every day or every week ask top teams to trial you, and as soon as you get the chance, do not be pressured and be confident in your ability to perform.
All right, that is some great advice. Hopefully everyone watching will be taking notes. And then one question for you to start to wrap this up. If your team makes it to the finals, which other team do you think is going to advance to the grand finals with you?
Well, I really have a lot of money on Team Invictus and their leader Jime. I know Jime for quite a bit now, going head to head, and yeah, if I don't see him in finals, I will be very disappointed.
All right, well, we'll have to see if both you and Invictus make it to the finals. And our last question
Hopefully.
for you, as we start to wrap up this interview, can you tell me one current player in the EU competitive scene that you look up to or respect?
Well, I respect not one but 2 players, and both are from my team. First one being Advocate, who was struggling with his confidence and wasn't confident in his ability to perform, which now later we worked on it, and he's one of the top performers in the entire Europe scene. And the second one is my teammate Fear, a great sniper, and I really respect how he does a lot of things with the sniper that no one else wants to do, like they are too scared to do. For example, he does a lot of no scopes in finals, in circuit finals, Polaris finals, whatever tournament, finals, semi-finals. He's always going for the no scopes rather than the safe plays. He always goes for the risky plays, which I really respect, and I like that.
All right, well, thank you for your answers. And obviously, thank you for coming out to this interview. And I got to say good luck to G9 in the final tournament.
Thank you. Peace out.
Hello, everyone. I am Manthus, and today I'm joined by Ecstasy from Hammers. How is it going?
I'm good, thanks. What about you?
I'm doing great. And to kick off our interview, why don't you go ahead and for all the viewers know, let them know a bit about yourself and your team.
Okay, I'm known as Ecstasy. I'm a competitive player. Now I'm playing for Hammers. And well, our team consists of former RGN and E8 players, plus some new stars like Horus, Zion, and Raze.
All right. Well, Sounds like you guys have a pretty solid team. And can you go ahead next and recap for everyone watching how your team performed in the first 2 main tournaments?
On the first main, we got the second place, and on the second main, we got fifth place. In the first one, we got into finals and did our best, but unfortunately lost because our in-game leader couldn't play. In the second main tournament, we lost, but won the losers finals.
All right. And then can you go ahead and tell me how your team generally practices heading into these big tournaments like Circuit?
We play a lot together. We play scrims and matchmaking as well to improve our team play and team chemistry. We also do game analysis and do aim trainings.
All right. And then I guess this next question is dedicated a bit more towards the audience, but if you could give one piece of advice to a player who's a casual and they want to go pro, what would that advice be?
Well, first of all, no matter what happens, stay calm. Don't listen to anyone and go to your goal. In addition, spend more time to improve your game sense and believe that you will succeed. Never give up.
All right. Well, that sounds like some pretty solid advice. I'm not going to lie. And I got one more question before we wrap this up. If your team makes it to the finals, which other team do you think is also going to advance to the finals with you?
I think it's gonna be rain, but we'll see. It will be interesting to watch.
It will be interesting. We have a lot of great teams competing in the final tournament for the EU circuit. Obviously, thank you so much for coming on this interview. Good luck to your team as they perform in the final tournament this weekend.
Thank you so much. Goodbye.
All right. Thank you guys so much. And thank you, Mantis, for sitting down, find out those extra details. And of course, that G9 is fully expecting to make it the way to the finals and expecting to be, they're looking for Invictus to make their way as well. They're definitely interesting that they're kind of making their own predictions as it is already. But, something that, you were kind of going over just literally moments ago that we're going to be playing on Bureau, right?
Yep.
Two of the members of Hammer Esports, their favorite maps, two of them at least, Bureau is in their top. So, not sure if that's a good thing. I mean, obviously, that's not necessarily something most people would know based on just necessarily playing. But that I don't know if that's going to give them a competitive edge at the fact that it might be their favorite. Just because it's your favorite doesn't mean you're the best at it, But
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, it seems like that's definitely the case here because G9 takes the knife round. For everyone
Yeah.
just maybe tuning into the Critical Ops competitive scene, the knife round is basically there to just decide which team can pick the starting side, which is actually quite important on maps like Bureau because Bureau is quite heavily coalition sided. So if you can win the knife round and then start on the coalition side, that usually gives you a nice early advantage, a nice early boost because let's say the side switches like 8 on coalition to 4 on breach. Then you can kind of start on breach side and you only have to win 5 more rounds. Yes, it's going to be harder, but still it gives you that mental boost. Starting on the stronger side is normally a good way to start the game. Oh, and some interesting strategies by G9 here. 3 of them are stacking intel, and oh boy, the action is definitely coming their way. The question is, will they go intel or just all go lab to a site, which seems like Hammers won't exactly get into the rat's nest immediately. They pass the 3 guys stacked on intel, but I'm pretty sure some sound signals have definitely been given away. Although, if we look at rotations, G9 are unaware of this fact. Hammers went so slowly. Oh, but look at this. That flank by Master Sadak is absolutely beautiful because that gives them so much information. Now they know it's the A site. The problem is, everyone on Hammers is already on A site, so G9 are going to be playing a 5v5 retake here.
Bomb has been planted.
Yeah, now they're going to make their way back in. We've got Noxic hanging out. He's guarding the door. Bomb is down. They've got to retake it. Noxic getting one. Adult key for another. Melody copy. Can Master be able to bring this in? To be fair, at least able to get one Melody for the other to go ahead and do the tag back. You can get all up to Master, trying to get a 2-1. Although if he gets one shot by the Deagle. Oh, but no, Solomon's actually the one to be able to take him out.
Yeah, don't bring a knife to a gunfight, I guess. But that was probably just an unlucky misclick there by Sadak. He did get a headshot, and also his XD45 is a very nice skin. So we'll give him a good effort for that one. Meanwhile, Hammers take the first round, which is pretty important because, again, as I said, I mean, Bureau is a breach-sided map, so if you're able to get that early pistol round, that normally means you secure the second one as well, which is very important when you're playing on a side that, you know, every round matters on the breach side. So, yeah, good for Hammers, but G9, they're definitely not gonna buckle. They're not gonna just run away. They're gonna try to do their best. I mean, they only have XD45s here against fully armored. Oh, Sadak, don't. Sadak, there's no way he gets this melody. Eliminates him. He did get a lot of info, but the problem is now Hammers can rotate over because, you know, the lurker is down. So yeah, they're just gonna make their way towards the B site. And even though G9 know this, I don't think they have the firepower to actually stop it.
I wouldn't guess. I mean, if they can maybe pick one from the back end and be able to pick up a weapon, it might go a little bit better. But currently, 1 by 1, G9 is getting taken down. That's not looking too good at all. Adultkeed, yeah, going for the hero jump, but doesn't make the connection. Nax, the only one still alive. And that's pretty much it. Just the pistol in hand, the XD, and a hope and a dream. And the dream is now officially ended. So Hammer taking that second round.
Noxic is who you see in your nightmares. So yeah, the dream ends. The nightmare starts. Hammers 2 rounds up here. Solid second round. Nothing really out of the ordinary. I mean, it would have been strange if they didn't secure the round easily against literally 5 unarmored pistols. And yeah, I mean, Hammers starting to try to kick it in the second gear here. I mean, they have 2 rounds. Now they just have to win the rifle round to really show their presence here. Because, like, 2 rounds are definitely good, especially when you're starting on Breach. But what ultimately matters and what ultimately wins the game is winning the rifle round. So there you go, many bullets exchange, and there you go, Crux and Master Sadak actually able to trade 2 for 1, but Exalman's great peek there, Sadak not able to refrag Crux, and now it's back to a 3v3. Very fast-paced gameplay here by Hammers.
Yeah, they're trying to get it over a lot quicker than it was last time, but it's still 3-3, and Master's just waiting here in the smoke, seeing if he can get a nice surprise jump, backing up. Moving through, and same for the side of Hammer. They're backing up and trying to retreat. They will have to contend with Fair if they go back. No, they're going to go the long way around. Going to go over to B, it looks like.
Yeah, G9 have a pretty good setup here. Like, especially with Fair now peeking out Banana, he gives over the info that Banana is clear, and he might even go for the backstab here. So, I mean, G9 are ready. They know it's going to be either mid or B long, and Adalkeet is watching B long, so some action might happen very soon. But I mean, it's a 1v3 for Adalkeet. If they peek together, throw some smokes, throw some utility, yeah, he has to retreat. He doesn't want to get flashed off. So the site is pretty much just given over for nothing.
But that saves him and gives Waits for enough time for Fair to come back across. So, I mean, this still gives it a nice even chance. Although they've gotten the information. But Fair coming from the back, doing what he does. Getting a 2-piece and making it a 2v1. Now Exalements is in a really bad spot. And Adultkeet able to save the day. And Master to get the defuse. And that was what... And see... They jumped out, gave the bomb site, but once Fair was able to come back, they got both of their positions for Master and Adultkeet. And then once they went for the push, Fair just had the opportunity to come in from the behind and made it nice and clean for that third round.
Yeah, that was a very smart call by Adalkeet there. I mean, leaving the site open as soon as someone starts to take it, on paper doesn't seem that good, but again, do you want to go down and make your team do a 2v3 retake, or do you want to just give over the bomb site but then retake together with your team and still keep the 3v3? So, good decision making there by Adalkeet. Again, very early aggression here. Oh, and yeah, Master Sadak actually gets it from the other side. He's just going to keep peeking. He gets 1, gets 2, almost gets 3. Jeez, that is insane by G9. And Adalkeet finishes it off. Yeah, G9, I mean, as soon as it starts with the rifle rounds, they show what they can do. They definitely don't want to let this one slide easily. Great plays by G9, especially, like, I like the aggressiveness of Sadak, understanding that he got a kill, but he has, like, a perfect timing to actually take the next peek and perhaps get the frag.
Yeah, that was perfect for him to just slide right in and just keep going. I mean, either way, it would have been a good play, whether to be safe or to aggress. And I mean, Honestly, worked out perfectly. Now they have a chance to take another round and take the lead. All we have right now are pistols. Gonna go for a little bit more of a nice little save round. Keep that extra cash. Now they're gonna see if they can't get any connections. There's still one left. Crux from the side. Melody takes him out. They're gonna go ahead and push up. Adult Keat, Nax, one for another, and all that's left is Fair, yet again, to come from behind to take out Melody.
Look at the radar, man. There were 4 players of G9, and they were all at the same spot. G9, what they do exceptionally well, I'd say better than any other team, is controlled aggression. The way how they play most of the time on the coalition side is holding angles, but if one person pushes, all of them push, and it's very hard to deal with because there's no wind in the sea. It's like you're just chilling, you're just waiting to make that play, and suddenly like 5 players of G9 just stomp on you. They all peek, they all refrag, and it's so hard to deal with. And we've seen this over and over and over again. But G9 are really perfecting this game, this playstyle where they are very passive, and then suddenly all of them are aggressive, and I mean it works out great. At least for now, that's the way they've secured 2 of these rifle rounds.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the fact that they're able to all push at once, no matter how many are there, they're pretty much going to overwhelm them unless the entire team for Hammers is going to be there. So I mean, it works out really nicely to where they're not being seen, they don't know where they are, but they get the sound cues or whatever they get to. That one pixel they saw move, and then they just use that, and then just boom, here they are. Look
at this, man. The bomb is going A, but 3 players are towards Vents Hall. They're gonna go Vents Hall to Kitchen, and this creates such confusion on the side of G9. Fair is in a great position. He's gonna get 1 for free, and probably the second one as well. Fair. That positioning changes everything. It was amazing play by Hammers, but now the problem is that the bomb is down, and 2 of Hammers' players are low, so I mean, Fair has to go for the quad here. He has to get 2 more. It's like 3 or 4 more bullets, so it's not that hard. Like, both players combined don't have the health of a full HP player, but oh, look at Fair. This is a good play. This is very interesting.
If he doesn't move up too far, he can quickly spin back around, which he already is. He's going to be between. Oh, who sees who's first? One head. Oh, so
that was close.
Ooh, but Hammer's able to pull that ahead. That was literally just milliseconds of just being able to do that, because he knew, you could just see the sixth sense of him spinning around to know that somebody was going to be behind him.
Yeah, Hammers, I mean, they had a great play, then it almost got ruined by Fair's excellent positioning, but, they did take it over the line and secure the round. So, I mean, this is very close. Again, Hammers technically are on the advantage here because they're on the breach side, which is a bit harder, but still, like, both teams are putting in very good effort here. When Adalkit spots 1, but unlucky timing there, right when he moves, the player peeks. Fair, this angle is very hard to counter. Like, if you peeked with a rifle and you don't jump or move quickly, you're gonna die. And, I mean, Hammers know it, so they smoke it off, which is a great counterplay. The problem is, they're stuck in Vents Hall now. They smoke themselves off, so it really depends who's gonna take the first pick here. Oh, and he misses! Noxic chases him down! Oh, Fair! There's no way he just did
that. Beautiful. And Adulkit, beautiful angle. Oh, no. Master cover from the side. Is he going to get the no-scope? Quick scope? No, but Crux saves him at least. Ooh. All right. Doing some absolute flashy stuff. I mean, Fair at the top. Adulkit 7, 6, 4, and 3. And then you got 5, 5, 4, and 4, and down to 2. I mean, they're still close, but I don't know. It just seems like G9 just definitely has way more kills, even though they're only 1 round ahead.
Yeah, I mean, another thing is that Hammers have only won 1 rifle round so far, so as the game advances, technically G9 should also advance their scoreboard more than Hammers. And yeah, well, when Fair, Crux, and Fair again, and Crux again show up like this, I mean, all that Adalkit has to do is kill an unarmored Noxic, and that's the 5th round. A very quick one. Granted, Hammers didn't really have the best equipment there, but G9 are definitely showing that, maybe they don't have the 21 wins to 6 losses map statistic, but what they do have is great teamwork, and yeah, it just comes to show what you can do when you have great teamwork.
Yeah, because again, if they can push and go and do everything simultaneously, I mean that's just a really big deal when it comes to that. Also, just like to make a note of don't know if they did it on purpose or not, but with G9's color that they got on with their gloves and the skins, definitely loving that for the nice green and black and the white that they're running.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, fair. I like the way how he is so dynamic with the sniper, right? Like sometimes he's holding Vents Hall, sometimes he's holding Intel, and it's pretty hard to counter because when you know where the Eurasia player plays, it gets quite easy because you just avoid it, you smoke it off, you flash it off. When the Eurasia player could be in many different places on the map, you either have to waste a lot of utility or just waste some of your men to kind of take the initial peek and figure out what's on the other side. So it's great as a sniper player if you can stay dynamic, and that's exactly what Fair is doing here. And his team is there to support him. His team is kind of lurking around trying to spot some angles as well. Fair is just going to hold this. I'm not sure if he can actually... I don't think he can see those players there. If he did, he probably would get a call out. But when they peek, he's ready and gets a double. Yeah, Fair is so hard to counter.
One more. They flashing him off. He's so close. I almost thought he got a triple there for a second, but that was Crux that was in the middle of that. Xolomon's able to take down Master, but Crux again saving the day, leaving it all up to Melody.
Yep, I mean, Melody, he has the gun, and maybe a dream, but not really anything else. Probably just going to be a save round here, because if we look at the finances, they're not really where Hammers would want them to be. And yeah, he's going to get backstabbed any second. Seems like he knows it. He's very aware. Unfortunately, you're not going to win a game only by being aware. And I mean, yeah, G9 so far doing good. Hammers, although... They've won one rifle round, right? But the fact is they still have 3 rounds on the board. Winning that pistol really, really helped them, because that means it's just going to be way easier for them to actually come back if they do on the Coalition side.
Yeah. So the more rounds they can get now, the better. But I mean, G9's definitely not making this easy. They really got to bring this up. I mean, even if they go for the swap and they can get a few of the earlier rounds, I mean, it's still definitely not going to be enough. They've got to pick up these rifle skills and being able to do that. Although we're going to see a Dolskeet go down here, especially from behind. Noxic able to take down Nax as well. So it's going to be nice and even until Crux takes Noxic out. And here comes Master to at least deal a lot of damage. And so 2-2, Fair with his U ratio, which, I mean...
Oh!
What?
Okay. All right.
Now that was a flick if I've ever seen one. And he misses the arc.
He's just showing off now.
Yeah, he's just having fun now. He's trying to go for he's going for the class now.
He gets one.
Right.
Not bad. But the problem is you're up against Fair, and even though Eurasia is probably the worst weapon to have in a 1v1 situation, like if you're in a 1v1 situation, you have Eurasia, unless it's a very specific case, like just switch out for a rifle. But then again, it's Fair, and he plays with the Eurasia like it's a shotgun sometimes, so it's it's kind of hard to do anything.
Are they gonna meet? Ooh, goodies.
That's a good strategy. All right. Seems like the bomb plant is open though. Yeah, Fair is just kind of he figured out, in a 1v1, you just got to pick one bomb site and hope it's the correct one. Unfortunately, it is incorrect this time. So Fair 1v1 retake with the Eurasia. On paper, very much impossible. But then, if he's able to hit it, that was you saw the sniper shot. He missed barely. But great clutch, great 1v2 nevertheless. This is exactly what Hammers needed. 4 rounds is decent. 4 rounds on the breach side is definitely decent, and it definitely pumps some confidence back in the guys of Hammers, because if you only won 1 rifle round, it really doesn't look that good. But with this clutch, 4v6, 4 rounds to 6 on the side of G9, that's very much playable.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, they're able to. But again, that's all depending if G9 break through their defenses whenever they swap over. So I mean, it's kind of a, they should do quite well with their current scoring. And now if they can bring it up, getting a little bit more, should be looking really nicely. Fair is Holding a really nice spot. Oh, the flicking ability of
stop
this
it.
man is just... Can he do it again? No, okay. So he's not going to be his 3-piece, but that was still really, really good. And again, his flicks are the most impressive part, I think.
Yeah, I mean, again, like when Fair plays, I feel like I'm watching a YouTube clip montage. Like it's insane what this man can do. And when you're coupled with like great teammates, you know, Adalkeet, Nax, Sadak, Crocs, when these are your teammates and you are just like literally hitting everything, it's very hard. Even if you're hammers, even if you have that 4-to-1 loss win-to-loss ratio, it's very hard to do anything. So far G9 are doing good. They're not doing exceptionally well because hammers still have 4 rounds, which again, once that side switch happens, you know, playing on the breach side definitely becomes playing on the breach side is just way harder than the collision side, but still, man, like when you watch Fair, it's like, all right, well, he can do it somehow. Good for him.
Yeah, those crazy flicks are really what would keep him in. It almost looks like if he's not flicking it, he's it almost like it gives him a little extra trouble. Just trying to snipe normally. He's here for the flashes and then, you know, the flashy moves, but if he doesn't do it, it's almost a bad time. All right. They're taking on to the B site. 2 down on either side. Comes Fair trying to go with a little bit of class. Yeah. Melody gonna go down. See, again, it's those normal shots that seem to give him trouble.
Yep, it's almost like he's playing with 0 amuses just to kind of practice in top tier tournament. I mean, it's really funny to see the way how Fair handles a sniper. But also, what's interesting is that like Bureau isn't really a Euratio dominant map. Like, sure, you can utilize it, especially towards that Banana and Vents Hall area. But at the end of the day, like Bureau isn't really known for, you know, being exceptionally giving to Euratio players. So yeah, it's just great to see that. Fair is definitely the man of the match so far, I'd say. But you know, everything can change. This is the pistol round. This is what hammers need. They need to lock in this 6th round so that they can kind of build up on that. Because G9 aren't really that far ahead. What is that shot? Naxera takes one down. Great stuff.
Yep, and gets the bomb planted, so they get the extra cash, whether they take this or not. Melody able to at least take one. Going back and forth. One on either side. A lot of bullets, not a lot of death coming. Here we go, Crux for 1. Solomon's trade now. Adult Keep, Master. Sextus. Last one, getting a double. Has to go for the defuse. Adult Keep. Oh!
Oh.
Oh my
there's
goodness.
no way. Okay.
Oh.
Great defuse by hammers there. That was like milliseconds away. That was like 1 millisecond away from exploding. All right, well, hammers, they definitely don't want to let this one slip. Winning a pistol round is a great start for the collision side here. And honestly, like, G9 need this pistol round more than hammers because now they have to win 6 rifle rounds, which is quite challenging. Even for a team that plays together as well as G9 do, it's going to be challenging, and hammers definitely don't want to let this one slip. Yep, alright. Just mowing down those pistols, I guess. Now it's 3v4. Noxic will probably just catch Sadak empty-handed. And now a 2v4. Bomb is down. This seems like a very easy round for hammers here.
Yep, they'll be able to tie this up nice and pretty, and make sure to keep that lead is what hopefully their plan is. But as I mentioned, that they only won 2 rifle rounds, 3 rifle rounds. So once we switch over, it'll be tied, but it's gonna go back to rifles, and that's really where they need to show up in these rifle rounds, because like I said, getting this nice early lead, yeah, cool pistols, but now it's actually time to see if they can keep the momentum going. Because if they can't, G9 is gonna be walking ahead.
Yeah, like at the start, I feel like G9 were doing like really good, and then in the kind of mid game, hammers has just started to pull back these rounds, and that's where it really matters. Like you win games out of how you play in the mid game. You can have a great start, but the mid game is what really matters. And yeah, I mean hammers, they're definitely doing their job, definitely doing if not the best, then close to it.
Yeah, so it really just comes down to a little bit of that RNG and luck, and if you have your crosshairs in the right place at the right time. Right now they're trying to smoke him out, nade him out, trying to get some shots to the smokes, but it doesn't look like anybody's going to be making any real shots. I mean, Xera's down just a little bit, but not enough to really say that, going to be going down anytime soon.
Also, Hammers are playing the position game way better. Like here, okay, Noxy has to retreat, but he has taken sandwich. That's something that G9 didn't do. They kind of let Hammers get to that sandwich area and kind of almost get on site. Hammers are playing way more aggressively from the start. They're not really the team that pushes all together, but they try to establish their positions and establish themselves early on in the game so that it's easier for them to just take map control. So yeah, kind of different approaches to playing on the Coalition side. Both kind of work. Noxic is going to get checked and instantly dinged by Nexera. And oh, Sadak, what is that? Takes down Sextus. So now, well, this is definitely a round for Hammers here. I mean, it's a 2v5. Okay, Solomon is able to take one, but yeah, there is no way G9 let this one slip.
No, they should have this in the bag. I mean, Excellements is just a sneeze away from falling out. And although Copy here able to at least take down Xera, but again, 16 HP here, full team of full health. Adultkeet does take a little damage, but ultimately taking the round, and G9 back in the lead again. So again, it's these rifles around. They're very important, but looks like are we gonna get rifles from Hammer? Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I wanted to say, like, G9, this is a very important round for them, because if they win, they'll be able to break the economy, but actually Hammers notice it, and they'll just, stay on the pistols. They figured out it's a better decision to just kind of, if we lose the round, it's fine, we'll do some crazy stuff, we'll just go all together, but we just want to keep that money for the end game, which is a very reasonable decision. G9 should definitely now get this round. Nexera is aware that he might get backstabbed, takes the frag, Noxic with that flashy reload, bomb is going down, and yeah, this is about how it should go. Noxic, no, you can't miss those, Master Sadak takes down Noxic, so almost a clean sweep, almost a perfect round by G9 here, only Excellements left alive. He's trying his best, I don't think his position is known. Oh, and he does get a headshot, so he might actually retrieve the weapon. Yeah, he gets away. And honestly, like for G9, they don't really need to hunt him because their money situation isn't the best either. So, losing one more rifle is definitely not needed. But they do want the frag, so they're gonna go after it. Excellements, he hears them because they're making a lot of noise. Bomb explodes and he takes another rifle out of the hands of G9. Well, that's what happens when you chase it. G9 up to 9. I mean, again, this is a coalition-sided map, so theoretically Hammers have the advantage, or at least had 2 rounds ago, but with G9 playing how they do now, it's starting to look way more promising for them. This gets like closer and closer with every round.
Yeah, it really is, and the fact that they're able to continue to pull these rounds, no matter which side they're on, whether they have the, quote-unquote advantage, as, being most cases, whole coalition-sided. Either way, they're just taking rounds, although Copy here trying to tell them absolutely not. Still getting pinged. Down to half HP. And I mean, he still has the advantage, technically, with the U ratio, but if they want to peek this corner... Oh, never mind. Peek's not needed. Grenades coming from the sky. Alright, here we go, Noxic. Yep, coming in.
What
What is this?
There you go, he goes down. G9, they did get the plan, but now it's... Oh, there's no way fair. You can't do this fair. You can't do this to them. It's a 1v3. They smoke him off. They are gonna... No way! Okay, okay. The defuse does come in. The defuse comes in. He can hit all the trick shots that he wants, but, team play does win in a 1v4. But yeah, Fair is hitting, literally it's a clip montage every single time. He is hitting shots that you shouldn't be allowed to hit in a dead match, so I have no idea how he's doing it. But yeah, I mean, G9, they do get the plan, but they don't get the round, which is what ultimately matters.
Yeah, it does indeed. No matter how flashy you are, the number up on the top of the screen is all that matters. Although, still wonderful to see. So let's see if G9 can do this again. Make it a nice quick run to A. Let's see if they can do. Oh, Master actually does take down Copy, Elements Melody for 1 as well, but looks like no weapons in hand yet. Still going to go for the pistols. Dulky Crux is what. This is a 2v2 from a pistol round? Huh.
Oh, no way, Crocs.
What?
He only has a deagle. Oh, the timing here. The timing here. The tensions are very high.
Keep it back, keep it back, keep it back. Oh, there he goes. But getting the defuse, but that was a lot closer than it probably should have been.
Yeah, I mean, Crux, that was down to timing pretty much. He thought that Exolments was coming from Lab. He wasn't. He was coming from CT, but still, a round that got a little bit too close to Hammer's liking. Either way, they're able to get a 9th, so we are tied once again. 4 more rounds, 4 more victorious rounds, separating both these teams from the best of 1 victory. Once again, for the people just tuning in, this is not it. Like, whichever team loses, they'll still have a chance to redeem themselves and kind of fight back up tomorrow. But winning this best of 1 definitely grants a better position in the bracket. So, yeah, both teams want it. The question is, which one wants it more? Because as we're approaching the end game here, it's the tensions rise. It's just harder to play for both of these teams.
Yeah, it just kind of really just comes down to who does what. Looks like Copy and Fair trading. So there's still only 1 U ratio here, and that's going to be Fair still. And looks like A may be where they want to go. Elements is going to be hanging out there. Let's see if Fair wants to pop out and make sure everybody's safe while they walk downtown and make sure that everything's looking real nice for him. Ooh, he may be on the wrong side.
That's freebie.
Oh, yep. And here comes Fair, saving the day, keeping it nice and safe. Now Noxic's the one on the other side, going for the run. Oh, and barrel stuffs Nexera, but down to 18 HP. It's 2-2. Noxic could really be hit by anything. Ooh. Okay, now it's all Fair. Noxic sees him straight to the edge of the smoke, and they get the defuse. So, just as we've seen this happen a couple of times, it seems like just keeping those small angles seems to be right here at the end of A that G9 keeps getting kind of slinked out on. Because they're leaving Fair at the end, and leaving it up to 1 U ratio against 1 or 2 rifles just seems to not be working out.
Yeah, Hammers, they are the first to double digits. Not that it, proves anything, but still, it kind of, at least psychologically, affects players, especially if you're on the other side of it. So, G9, they will have to play a little bit better, play even better than they have played so far. And Noxic has really been activated in these last couple of rounds. Like, he is taking chances and he's actually utilizing on them. Oh, and Noxic, you can't do that. Gets another double. Oh, but Nax and Adalkid actually able to refrag. That is good. Unfortunately, not good enough unless Nax is able to clutch his 1v3. That would be absolutely insane. This would mean so much to G9. But his position is spotted, and there's players on both sides. He knows it. Yeah, he knows that there's players on both sides. So he's looking for that opening, looking for that. Oh, he might have. Yeah, he spotted the gun barrel.
Yep.
Oh, this is down to timing. There you go. It does go down, so Hammers safely and securely getting to 11.
Yeah, they're so close. Only 2 more rounds left for Hammers, and G9 just need to pick it up just a little bit. At this point, it's going to be a little difficult for him. I mean, Fair going back to the U ratio, which at this point, again, he's good with it. I don't know if that's necessarily the best choice. But then again, we don't know, is he better with that versus...
I think for Fair
rifle?
that is the best choice, to be honest. Like,
well, I mean,
for anyone else, I'd say maybe take the rifle. For Fair, it's like do those no scopes, whatever, dude. Like, just do it. But yeah, like G9 have to win this round. Like if they win this one, I'd say they have a pretty solid fighting chance. If they lose this one, then Hammers are one away, and it's just gonna be so hard to take 4 in a row. And yeah, there you go, fair. Why not entry frag with the sniper? That's what you do. G9 are moving towards A quickly. They don't want to take any chances now. They don't want to kind of scout around, see what's happening. They just want to take the A side by storm, plant it, and then hopefully, defend it as well.
Yeah, that's kind of the ultimate idea. Solomons here. It's like Melody coming up from the side, and they're going to prepare for that. Nexera is there ready for both of them, but not ready for Noxic to come back. And looks like picking off one from behind. And Nexera and Noxic. And again, this is that same situation I was talking about. They're leaving Fair by himself in a 1v2.
The problem is you can hear the scope sound, and that matters a lot, especially when, it's a clutch situation. Oh, and they're both going the same direction, or are they? Hammers are kind of not sure what to do. The bomb does go down, but, I mean, yeah, he tries to. That would have been a cool shot, but Noxic guarantees the 12th one here, and with every passing second, it just seems like good effort to G9, but Hammers were just better. 4 rounds is what separates G9 from actually taking the map, and they have to be flawless. That is very hard to do, especially at the top level of the Critical Ops competitive scene.
Yep, and this is ultimately it. This will be potentially match set point. It really just comes all down. Let's see if G9 can make their way back into the winning streak. But Crux going out. Adult Key able to trade him out, which is totally fine. Still even.
Yeah, kills traded 4v4. G9 they're going for the A side push again, which has worked for them before. Like A side has definitely been conquered more times by them than the B one, but with Noxic taking out the Lurker, they don't really have any way to go back. They are stuck in intel, and the best they can hope for is maybe some unfortunate peaks by Hammers where they can just take at least one easy kill, because once Hammers understand that G9 are all grouped up towards intel, it's over. Like, all that Hammers have to do is just hold angles and not let them out. Because you can't, at least, as far as my knowledge goes, you can't really plant an intel, so you have to get out of it. And yeah, this is a very unfortunate spot to find yourself in. It might work if we just look at the mini-map, but there are so many angles to watch. Like, I have no idea how Fair is trying to entry frag there, but there is no... Look at the mini-map. It has worked, actually. They have went towards the B site. And Fair gets the opener. Alright, so B side is open for business. G9 don't know it yet, but very soon it will be revealed.
Yep, get in, get the plant, and go. Bomb has been planted. Timer has been set. The 3v3. Still very possible, although we still have Noxic alive. Melody sliding in. Here comes Noxic. Take down Nexera. Oh no.
Alright.
Double kill commenced. And bomb being defused. Now, that's going to be Hammer reaching round 13 first. And that means they're going to be taking this all the way and taking the victory. Now, G9 is still not out. There still is going to be the lower brackets. So, by all means, Hammer is walking out with the victory moving forward. So, congratulations to them for that. And that they've definitely put in the hard work. They definitely put in all the guts and the glory to take the victory here. Honestly, they played it a little bit nicer. I think the way they went about it for A, it just seemed to be, they took A by all means a couple of times, but it didn't seem to be panning out, and maybe B should have been more of an option, but not totally sure what they really could have done.
Yeah, I mean, congratulations. Definitely congratulations to Hammers. At first it seemed like G9 were definitely like the better team. Sure, they started on the collision side, but the way how they played, it just seemed like so compact and so well just everything blended together smoothly. But then once we actually got to that breach side, it just kind of fell flat. And yeah, Hammer just showing that they know how to hold the angles, they know what they have to do, they know how to take map control, which in my opinion is what won that game for Hammers on the Coalition side, is the fact that they were great at taking map control. G9 was more about just holding passive angles and then aggressing, altogether on the Coalition side. Hammers is more about, I'm going to take the aggressive peak, I'm going to take the map control. And when you have so much map control, like, it's hard to do anything as if you're on the other side, because it's like, okay, well, everything is pretty much covered. So yeah, G9 definitely a very valid effort, but Hammers, I mean, this is the reason they have that 21 win to a 6 loss ratio. They're simply good. It's hard to win when the opposite team is simply very good.
Yeah, it really is, and that really comes down to, as I mentioned at the beginning, the first 6, 7 rounds will be very important, and they kept it close. They did. Even though G9 appeared to be moving ahead, but the fact that they were able to get so many rounds on the breach side, that really kind of, even though the rounds were off, but that still gave them a good indication that they were going to be, should be doing well when they flipped over, in which case they definitely did. And the G9 now has the ability to learn, study, and see what happened. So if they come back against Hammer at some point, because now that they're in the lower bracket, if Hammer loses into the next one, they're definitely going to be going up against them again. So they've definitely, no matter what, whether they win or lose, somewhere down the line, now that Hammer is where they are, they're going to be going up against it whether they win or lose. So this is definitely going to be definitely a learning and studying moment for G9, just in case this happens again. But definitely, it's going to be a good time. It's going to be some good matches, but that's going to be a tomorrow thing. We got more today is some more matches. But we do also have some more interviews from those teams. So we'll be taking a short little break to get these teams into their lobby, get them nice and prettied up, make sure they're ready to go. We're going to be sitting down with Valoris and sitting down again, learning more about the teams, the inner workings, how things go. And you guys sit back, relax, enjoy, get some popcorn, and listen to these guys and take out and write some notes for when we see you guys here in Circuit Season 6. We'll be back after the short break.
Hello everyone, I am Mantis, and today I'm joined by XYZ from Valoris. How is it going?
Good, bro. Doing good. What about you?
I'm doing fantastic. And to get our interview kicked off, for everyone watching, why don't you go ahead and tell all the viewers a little bit about yourself and your team?
Yeah, sure. My name is Amir. I am 19 and started to play COPs in mid 2017 as a casual player. Towards the end of 2017, I moved to the competitive scene under the We Love Gaming organization. So it's where my journey started. Throughout my career, I have played each role except for the sniper. And in the beginning, I used to play as the main lurker. After several occasions, our IJ retired and moved to another mobile game, so I became an IGL of the team and improved myself in this role as well. I've been handling the IGL role for over 4 years and still continuing to move on my team. Valoris has always been one of the most known teams in the Europe scene. And of course, we thank Ginas as he's the founder of this project. Unfortunately, the team disbanded after main tournament 2, but we are here as contenders to finish our circuit journey. That's it.
All right, and if you don't mind, for everyone watching, can you go ahead and recap your team's performance in the first 2 main tournaments?
Yeah, of course, but actually I was not part of the team in the first main tournament, but moved to Valoris before the second main tournament. So unfortunately, I couldn't attend circuit matches because of my tertiary education. Just saying, like, I'm studying professional flight program, that's why my schedule is quite busy, so I couldn't attend any matches. But if I have to evaluate the overall performance of Valorous in both main tournaments, I would say it was pretty poor. I was not fond of the game style at all, and even somehow found us lucky because of the brackets. But today we are in the final tournament, and I take full responsibility for team's performance. That's it.
All right, well, good luck to your team. We'll have to see how they're able to perform. And I guess I gotta know, since you said you're coming to the final tournament, how would you say your team generally practices coming into these circuit matches?
So, as I mentioned, we disbanded after the second main tournament. Consequently, it's relatively more complex for us to gather up and keep track. You know what I mean? Just yet, I'm the one who comes up with ideas, chooses a map to practice, and gives roles to each player. Moreover, showing them additional utilities. I wouldn't say if we are doing our practice frequently, but I firmly believe that they are pretty efficient. We discuss the core of the map, and I show my team like how I see the map and ask them just to watch the map as I do. So it becomes much easier for me. And on the other hand, after practicing maps, we move on to analysis of opponent teams and keep working on it. So I mean, we don't wait for map vetoys to just practice map. We just practicing beforehand and then practicing again based on the analysis of opponent. That's it.
All right, well, it sounds like you do a lot of preparation for the finals.
Uh,
And then, yeah, my next question, I guess, is directed more towards the audience. So if you could give one piece of advice to a casual player who wants to go pro, what would that advice be?
to be honest, the reality is at this phase of the level of C-Ops, everyone can get better and better easier. I would recommend they host any map and move around it, trying to find things such as angles, flashes, smokes, and etc. Moreover, it would be better to keep playing for around 5 hours a daily if you play competitively. And then, in addition, I would suggest that they better find a good team with good comms, so they don't have to find tier one teams. So if they straight to go and search any tier two or three team, two or three team. So they with good comps, of course, so they can try themselves in scrims. And there are several types of picks, for example, like in terms of mechanics of game, such as white picks, flash picks. They should know them by heart and execute them well. To sum up, they must improve their mechanics. Afterward, game sense will become, and they will be a complete place. That's it.
Right. Well, it sounds like you think mechanics are a huge factor into, someone going pro. So I think that's a very unique answer, I have to say. And then one question for you to start to wrap this up. If you make it to the finals, which other team do you think is going to make it to the grand finals with you?
First of all, I would like to express our respect for each of our opponents. We do appreciate their hard working and achievements. Um, Personally, I think G9 is the favorite. I hope they win it if we can't do it. But in terms of the quad roster, I would go for Invictus. Yet, I firmly believe that we can proceed to finals, and I hope if we do so, we will confront G9.
All right. Well, I guess
G9. Yeah.
good luck to you, obviously. And I guess we'll never know. I mean, maybe Gina will make it to the finals, maybe not. And last question for you, start to wrap this up. Who's one current player in the EU competitive scene that you look up to or respect?
It's a tough question because I respect many players such as Reax, Medusa, Pay, Fullground, and Noxic. So, consistency is pretty difficult for any competitive player, but I've never seen Medusa lose his consistency. He always keeps delivering. If I talk about Reax, he's phenomenal. He's always ahead of any competitive play in his best form. And moving on to Vulgrant, uh, our opponent, my friend. We've been on the same team. He's unstoppable when his mood is up. And moreover, Noxic is one of the class players alongside Medusa. He keeps his consistency at a high level. And lastly, Fair is a role model leader. I appreciate how he leads the Team G9. He never falls when he loses players and constantly grinding. Besides leading characteristics, he's a phenomenal player as well. Yeah,
All right. Well,
that's
I'm
it.
glad that you have a lot of players on your roster of,
Yeah,
people
I
you
do. I do.
respect.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Well, good luck to Valoris in the main tournament, and thank you for coming out to this interview.
You're welcome.
Hello,
Thank you.
everyone. I am Manthus, and today I'm joined by Jimmy from Invictus. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. And to get our interview kicked off, why don't you go ahead and for everyone watching, let them know a little bit about how, yourself and your team, how they came to be.
So yeah, we're Invictus. We made like coming up to like 1 year, about 1 year ago now, and the roster was a bit different then, but we still have like me and Volgren from back then, and then yeah, like throughout the time we just been like changing up players like here and there, and now yeah, we're coming into this circuit. We have like pretty much me, Volgren, some other players, pretty much the same team as before, as like the last tournaments. So yeah.
All right, and speaking of circuit, why don't you go ahead and let everyone know how your team performed in the first two main tournaments?
So we won main tournament one. Like yeah, we come in like we were favorites. Everyone was like, oh yeah, Invictus gonna win. We won the first one. And then in the second one, we had like a bit of a mess up and we lost in semi-finals, unfortunately, to G9, and they went on to win it. So we ended up coming third to fourth in main tournament two, which is a bit disappointing for us, obviously. But yeah, hopefully we come into the final tournament and hopefully you can win it.
Yeah, and that's interesting. I saw a similar thing in NA. Like it was you had the teams in the finals and then they like choked in the semis, and then you had different teams in like the main tournament number 2 finals. So
Yeah.
it's kind of interesting that's been happening for both regions so far. Um so since we're coming to the final tournament, I want to know, how would you say your team generally practices heading into these matches?
So we do like two different things to practice. First of all, we play scrims, of course, like against the other top teams. Not only is it like to help us get better, but like we also get to like scope out what they're doing a little bit. And then the second thing that we do is like we watch how the other teams play in tournaments. Like say if their tournament game gets streamed, we get to watch their game and yeah, make like counters to some of their strats they're doing, get to see how they're setting up on CT, and then we try and make counters. And then we can apply that in the scrims as well to see how well it's working for us. It's just like a big circle.
Yeah, so you would say your team does a lot of like, watching your opponents play in circuit and like trying
Yeah,
to
definitely.
work off them.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, well, that's a very good strat that I don't hear a lot of other teams say that's what they do for practice. So I think it's cool that you guys do that. And then this next question is directed a bit more towards the audience. If you could give one piece of advice to a player who's a casual right now and they want to try and go pro, what would that be?
Uh, don't be toxic. Like, if you're a good player, but you're toxic, like, people are not gonna want to play with you. So, like, if you're already like a good player, because obviously, like, first off, you need to get like somewhat good. Like, let's say you're playing like special ops ranked, like you can like get like 20 plus kills consistently. Like you're definitely good enough to get into the competitive scene, start playing in lower tier tournaments, sign up to circuit stuff like this. But like one key thing, like a big mistake a lot of people make is they be toxic, and then people are just not gonna want to play with you if you're toxic, and then obviously like it's gonna be hard to find teams and stuff. So just be nice to everyone, play well, show respect to people above you, and yeah, like if you keep grinding, like eventually you're just gonna make it.
That's a great piece of advice. I know that toxicity is probably something we see a lot more from, I guess, casual players or like ranked players who play a lot of ranked. I definitely think toxicity is a big factor in, being able to go pro. And it's something specifically that we see more in this region than in other regions. So I think it's great that you said toxicity is something important. I think that's very important as well, for anyone who wants to go pro. And then our next question for you is, if your team ends up making it to the finals, which other team do you think is going to advance as well?
Well, I think every team in this final tournament has some sort of like a shot at finals, like I feel like we're definitely gonna make it to the finals, but then between the other three teams, like I don't know, they're all like quite close, like Hammers are playing good right now, G9 are playing good. Valoris maybe not, like they've been disbanded, but I know they've been practicing a little bit with the lineup, so even they could be a threat. So yeah, I don't know. I guess we just have to see who's gonna be in the finals with us.
Yeah, and this is very interesting compared to other regions because usually everyone says like, "Oh, we know exactly who's going to the finals." Like, and then EU has so many good teams. That's what I like the most about EU is that there's more competition. It's not like you can predict, the teams going to the grand finals every time. So definitely, yeah, I see where you're coming from. There's a lot of good teams and it's kind of hard to tell who's going to make it to the finals. And then our final question as we wrap up this interview is, who is one current player in the EU competitive scene that you look up to or respect?
Um, So I got two personally. First off, from my team, I really have a lot of respect for my teammate Yepa because he will do anything without complaining. Like if he has to play a position he's not used to on CT, if he's getting told to entry, if he's getting told to like sacrifice his life for the round or something, like no questions. You know, he's just doing it for the win. Like he doesn't care about his stats. Like he'll just play and help the team as much as possible. And then in like the broad space in EU, like I have a lot of respect for Melody from Hammers. Like he's won 3 circuits in the past, and yeah, if he can win this one, hopefully not for us, obviously, but like if he can win, it'll be like 4 circuits, which is like the most out of any player in COPS ever. So yeah, a lot of respect for him.
All right, well, sounds like he's a very talented player. And then obviously, thank you so much, Jimmy, for coming out to this interview. And I gotta say, good luck to Invictus in the final tournament.
Thank you.
All right, guys, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for watching those, and of course for Mantis to sit down with both of them to talk about how they play, how they do, and especially with Jimmy and his friend that he always has in his background. It's always great to see them again. Make sure everybody's getting a nice tan in the window. But overall, it's definitely great to see, and love the sportsmanship. And as they were even just a moment ago talking about toxicity is you know you got to be fair. You've got to be able to be understanding what happened. Not necessarily just absolutely roid raging about you just lost, but that there's real reasons that there's this play was made or this one wasn't done, and there's different reasons, and especially as having the ability to view this as from a stream side, you can definitely see those mistakes, correct them, and make sure that those can be remedied. But the good news is, with all those out of the way, we will be going up against Valoris and Invictus. Will be the two sets of teams that will be coming up next for their best of one, and finding out who's going to be moving forward to going up against Hammer Esports in the next set of rounds.
Yep, Valorous versus Invictus. That is a very, very nice matchup here. If we take a look at the stats here, now Valorous, they don't really have that many games under their belt in the recent history, but the ones that they do, it's not picture perfect. It's not that they've won all of them, but still, the names that are on the board are way more important than their actual achievements so far, I'd say. Because if we simply look at the lineup, like, it is very powerful. Like, all of these names are known, especially like Safari, Alpha, Medusa, Genesis. We all know who these players are, and we know what they're capable of. So I'd say Valorous is kind of the underdog in terms of maybe their history as a team, but they've definitely, have a very, very strong lineup to maybe propel them to this victory. On the other side, we have Invictus, and Invictus, we've seen a little bit more of them, and we've seen them as, top 3, perhaps even top 1 team of the European side. Well, obviously, this is what we're going to decide and see in the Circuit Season 5 finals, but they've definitely been putting up the numbers. I mean, just look at their maps won. They have 38 maps won and 18 lost. Again, like, more than double ratio, but like so many games played, so they've definitely played a long time as a team together, and that is really what makes or breaks a team in those crucial moments, is how long you've been playing together and how well you can kind of play off each other and how well you just know your teammates and what they're going to do and what you can do. So, both sides definitely have strong lineups. I'd even say that Invictus' lineup, there are some names that we haven't seen perform as well as they usually do, and that kind of gives them a little bit of advantage because if all of them show up big time in this game, it's going to be really hard to do anything against. And well, we kind of have to also pay attention to the fact that they actually won Circuit Season 5 main tournament number 1, so they're looking to not only win the main tournament number 1, but the whole Circuit Season 5. So both these teams definitely have things going for them, some problems as well, but let's actually see the map picks, because we have to know which map we're gonna play on in order to actually watch it. And seems like Village and Soar still getting no love, getting banned first. Grounded getting banned as well. And then on the Invictus side, they choose to let go of Raid. So no crazy maps that we're gonna see today. Bureau also is going, same as Canals. I would probably guess it's gonna be either Plaza, with Legacy being left out, or what's the other one? Let's see this. Invictus banned Port, yes, so it is Plaza. That's an interesting map. Plaza is kind of trying to get in that top 3 spot of Critical Ops most played maps, which is for now, as I said, I think Bureau, Grounded, and then Canals. But with Plaza, there's I'd say just a little bit too much of a randomness factor. Like every time I watch Plaza, I feel like I see just a completely different approach to this map. So it's a very fun map to play and watch, but there's just like if you compare it to a map like Bureau, there's so much more randomness, there's so much more chaos going on at all times, and ultimately the team that can thrive under chaos will win in this one.
Yeah, especially with whoever can really hold down, mid. If they can keep them down, or at least chop them down one by one as they come across that nice little midpoint, that'd be great. It just really just all depends on what they can do. Because again, Plaza is, it really comes down to, and I know we most of the time, it comes down to coalition side of it. This one really comes down to how you play on the coalition to if someone could take a bomb site. I mean, but it comes down to your choices, and you never know if it's going to be the right choice because you could have 3 players stacked on A. And you're like, all right, well, ain't nobody going to get into A, but then you leave 2 over there on B, and if you get a 5 versus 2, you know how that's probably going to go. So it really just comes down to really coming, to the plan and what you come to win. And it looks like Invictus came in with a good idea on how to do their knife round, taking it away with 3 still alive, so they get to choose what side they want to be on.
Yeah, another thing with Plaza that I've noticed is that both bomb sites are very difficult to take, but also because of that fact, very difficult to retake. So on maps like Grounded or even Bureau, it's quite easy. If you just throw the correct smokes, get a little bit of timing and luck, you can take the bomb site easily. On Plaza, on both B and A side, there are so many spots you have to check. There are so many places where you peek and you literally have to check both sides at the same time. Like you have to check one side, then 180 and check the other side at the same time. So yeah, Plaza is a map where having proper retakes and having good mid-round and especially end-game play can really set you apart. Because even if the breach players take the bomb site, if you are good at retaking, I mean that's just very advantageous for your team. So yeah, it's very interesting to see how both these teams are going to approach the map. We're going to get into the pistol round, and what I've noticed a lot is that Deagles are getting bought way less in the pistol rounds than they used to. Like nowadays, everyone just sticks kind of with the XD45 and a P250, and you can buy Kevlar as well. So it's interesting to see kind of how the meta has changed and evolved over time. And it seems like Invictus, they're just going to go for the A long push, which I mean, Valley, he gets the info, but this is what I'm saying. Like if they get on site now, it's going to be hard to retake. But yeah, Invictus, look at this. This is a good strategy. Their strategy was as soon as somebody from the coalition spots us, we rotate. And now look what that has done to the minimap. Look what that has done to the positioning of the coalition players. They've noticed their mistake, but with everyone just pushing in and trying to go for kills, it might go either way here. 3v3 now. But Valoris, no. So they are defending the bomb site. And, Safari, that's a very crucial kill. Now 2v3. Both player locations kind of known, so Invictus trying to do the best that they can in this situation.
Yeah, they're holding it down pretty solid. I mean, GTA though, not looking too sharp. Definitely not going down. It's all up to Volgren to be able to take this, and still 1v2. It's doable. Definitely possible, and the bomb is right beside him. 25 seconds. Maybe we can get in there and take Stratus right out really quickly. Then this might have a chance of actually playing the bomb, which actually does. Goes for the plant, but Volgren actually might be able to almost. That was closer than I thought. 30 HP left. That was really close.
Yeah, that was definitely closer than I thought it would be. Valoris do get the round that they also deserved, but Invictus, they're showing good fighting spirits. Don't really get the breach round, don't really get the first pistol round, that's fine. Now they're all just on P250s, like they'll probably just try to rush in some area, just try to overwhelm, the coalition players as much as they can. Or just stay and try to kill someone long range with P250, I guess. They're getting smoked off. So, yeah, it's interesting. Like normally if you only have pistols, you would just again try to overwhelm the opponent, try to take down one guy with 5 of your guys that have pistols, but Seems like Invictus are taking a slower approach to this.
Yeah, taking it nice and slow. Ooh. I didn't even see anything that he could shoot, but I guess that's the difference between me and Alpha. He's, you know, 2 centimeters away from his screen, able to just see that. Oh, that's a different color. Pixel. Okay, I'll shoot that.
Yeah, so far Invictus, their gameplay has kind of stalled. They're just like kind of waiting for maybe someone on the side of Valorous to make a mistake. I mean, that's really the best you can do. Either group up and push together or just wait for someone to make a mistake. But Safari, he is not going to be making any mistakes. They takes down Recurse and now 3v5 situation. This is pretty much just running down the clock, trying to maybe take any weapons out of the hands of Valorous.
Yeah, I mean, Safari's really just laying it out for him. I mean, so far 3 in this just 1 round. I mean, Alpha able to get 2, so Safari and Alpha, they got it. Don't worry about it. They're just going to take the round and pop it up to 2, but now this will give Invictus a good chance to kind of get full rifles and see what they got up their sleeve for them, and at this point with the full rifle rounds. Wait, oh, there they go. Okay, they almost did it. They left the bomb in the spot, but it's okay. Jeppa's got it. So a little bit of that communication. So now they're able to get it back into where they need to go. Although those crucial seconds may have proven to be a little bit detrimental to them. Kind of all depends. We'll see how this rolls. Safari, being the guy that he is, pushing up. He does get 1, but isn't able to secure anymore. They're able to completely rush in here. Recurse and Vulgarant able to get 3 total, and leave it up to Stratus and Valley here. Valley able to give a little damage, a little bit of taps, but unfortunately Vulgarant is going to go and take him out, leaving Stratus by himself. Bomb is going to be going all the way to the backside of B. Nice and safe. They're coming from the side. And it looks like there may be an altercation here with Vulgarant. So at least 1 down. But I'm not really sure Stratus is going to definitely not be pushing up for this.
Bomb has been planted.
Yeah, I think
nice 3-1 would be nice.
It's his best bet to just kind of save it, you know. I mean, the money is there, but like, why go for it, especially with how hard it is to retake these bomb sites? Yeah, just save it. Maybe try to go for some exit kills. He might actually go to their spawn and find an extra nade or 2. But yeah, so far it's interesting to see that in both of these maps, in both of these matchups, in the first one on Bureau and also on this one, the team that wins the pistol in the next round immediately gives up as soon as it comes to the rifle rounds. Not really gives up, but like they lose the first rifle round. So once again, Valorous, they have a good opener, they have a good pistol round, they have, you know, they get the round that they should definitely get, which is the one after the pistol. But then once it actually comes to the rifles, the other team shows up, and I mean, this is exactly what you want if you're looking for some competitive plays here. So Invictus able to take the first round on the board. The first rifle round does go their way. And now, I mean, Valley has $3,000 and Xtal, he has 1,000. So the economy on the side of Valor is definitely not great. They might just opt for, just the Hero SG and 4 XD45s that make that 3 and a Deagle. But yeah, this is definitely a round for Invictus to take any day here.
Yeah, so this should be a nice way for them to tie this up. Make it a lot nicer. Again, being able to take these as many as they can would be fantastic. Stratus able to at least get 1, but GTA go ahead and turns it around. So there's still a weapon to be picked up. 2 weapons to be picked up if they can make their way around, but Vulgar's going to keep them from behind. Free Vulgar again. Safari does get a break, but it's all up to him, and I don't think that would be such a fun time to just be strolling out there. Although, here comes the God mode. Here's where everything gets kicked in and gets taken out with a headshot. So, good attempt, you know. I mean, you had to do the crazy. You had to give it a shot. I mean, you got a pistol, you got a dream. You might as well go for it. Shoot your shot and see what happens. But now at this point, it is tied up. Invictus at 2, Valor's at 2. Now it's the time to see. Everybody's fully bought up at this point, for the most part. Valor's not necessarily as much, you know, no nades, but we'll see. We'll see if they can't pick up some extra nades off of Invictus, because everybody's fully stacked.
Yeah, Invictus, they're looking pretty good so far. Like the way how they take sites, it seems like they're just winning gun duels, and off of winning those gun duels, opportunities open up. It's interesting. I want to see how they play, like what actual strategies they have, because they are known for having very good breach side openers and very good kind of smoke and utility usage. But yeah, so far the strategy just spot player, click head, go further, plant the bomb seems to be working pretty well. Invictus are taking a pretty slow approach though. Like that's also kind of how you play Plaza. Because the bomb sites are hard to take, you mostly look to eliminate players that are not on the bomb sites and then, play off of that. So that's exactly what Invictus are looking to do. Just kind of figure out where Valorous are playing and then, capitalize on that. Oh, Jeppa, almost goes down, but Alpha gets taken down. And again, Invictus finding those openers and then kind of just not pushing anything, just slowly trying to take map control here.
Yeah, and on Plaza, that's kind of a big deal, is being able to, especially take that mid control is a big deal. As you can just move straight to the map, whichever way you want to go, especially right here, coming through the back. Stratus taking heads off. But it's up to a 2v3 now. Stratus still definitely showing that he's not out yet. But as of right now, the bomb's been planted. All they gotta do is kind of get in position, hang out, and wait for someone to poke their head out to try and defuse the bomb, or maybe try to get a kill. But at this point, their gun skills are really solid. I mean, Recurse taking out Stratus, and now it's up to Safari yet again. See if he can, with the man with the gun, with the dream, and see if he can do it again.
Yeah, again, I feel like this is just going to be a save call. He is pretty aggressive, so he's looking to at least put a dent in Invictus' economy, but Invictus are so good at this. Like, again, their playstyle is perfect for Plaza. When it's very hard to open up a bomb site and actually take it, don't go for opening up the bomb site. Go for just eliminating as many players that are off the bomb site as you can. And then, if it's like a 4v2 or 4v3, then you can attack the bomb site, and then it gets way easier. So far, Invictus' game plan is very solid, and I mean, that shows on the scoreboard. Plaza is kind of a equal map in terms of collision and breach, maybe a bit more collision-sided, but with them winning all of the pistol rounds that have happened so far, and this one is pretty much a freebie because everyone on Invictus is on pistols, they are putting up a very good foundation to actually take this game later.
Yeah, the more rounds they can get now, the better. And if they can still do this slow, one take at a time, when they switch over to the Coalition, it should be a pretty swell time. I mean, Vulgar, for some reason, sitting up there at 10. Nothing too flashy, right? But he's just taking names. GTA sitting at 5, Dynamic Duo of 3, and then 2 down there for Pre, but that's all right. 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Missing a 4 in there, but that's okay. But what we do have a 4 of is Invictus to score on the board, sending up there at 4, and Valor's at 2. Again, they're just... I really do enjoy that they're just walking it, taking it, and just slowly opening up the map for themselves.
Yeah, Invictus are almost playing the breach side as you would play the Coalition, just slowly trying to take more map control and just, make sure that nobody can, there's no breaches, that nobody can, like, spot a mistake. And yeah, so far it's working pretty well. Again, like, there's how many, 40 seconds already run down the clock, and it's a 5v5. Like, Invictus are taking it super slowly. They're checking all angles. They're making sure that nothing gets left unchecked, unseen, and it's definitely working. Oh, Jeppa has out. Okay, he's able to get that frag. He gets that frag, and Pre off the back of that. Bomb site is open. The last man on the fence is Valley, but Safari, meanwhile, from the other side, gets a pretty nice backstab kill almost there. So it's all equal again. The bomb is gonna go down, but this seems like a pretty doable retake for the side of Valorous, unless GTA and Jeppa does that. And again, we have Valley, once again, left alone. He isn't aware of the house position, gets pre-fired, gets called out, both players ready to engage and take the duel. So Invictus up to 5, speedrunning this almost.
Yeah, which is ironic. We're saying they're speedrunning it, but they're also doing it so slow and methodical. But they're just rolling through.
Yeah, they're taking the round slowly, but the victory quickly, I guess, or whatever you want to say. But yeah, it's interesting to see. I mean, Valorous, I'm sure that this won't end on them having 2 rounds on the Coalition side. They're probably just trying to adjust and figure out the way how Invictus is playing. But the thing is, like, Invictus aren't like employing any like crazy like tier 1 strategies. They're just simply winning the gun duels, which, you know, if you're not able to win the gun duels, whatever collision side positioning you have, it's just not going to work out. So I'd say so far Invictus are purely winning on in terms of, you know, 1v1 engagements and just, you know, clicking the head quicker, I guess.
Yeah, it just comes down to them really just poking heads and just really getting those shots. I mean, Safari, you see, he takes on Jeppa, and it was clean, but Recurse's there with a headshot, ready to just take him out instantaneously. So it's just being able to do that. I mean, Valley able to do one, trying to go for the nice free fire, but as you can see, now they're going to move up as a 3-man team. So let's see if anyone's gonna be found. Looks like GTA is gonna find Alpha, but they're gonna be ready and waiting here to come up. Free for the headshot. Stratus coming in. Equipment's coming on to the scene, planting and commencing. And now they're gonna be coming from behind and meeting with GTA.
Yep, his position is known, spotted. It's really hard to do anything. Like, again, like, retakes are hard on Plaza, and especially when it's a 2v3 and GTA can just, like, peek the corners and take everyone down. I mean, yeah, this happens. Invictus up to 6. Now, one thing that Valoris are doing good, or at least they started to do this round, is they are starting to play more aggressive, and I feel like that's the antidote for the way how Invictus are playing, which is very methodically taking angles. I mean, if you're just holding down angles and you get outgunned, you just get like peeked and then killed. What you can do is just be more aggressive. What you can do is kind of flip the script on its head and actually be the one that's aggressive, actually be the one that's taking the chances, actually be the one that's trying to clear the corners, trying to take that map control. So it was good. I like what Valoris did last round. The Safari peeking early, getting a kill. I think it was Valley as well peeking. But, you know, again, what ultimately matters are rounds on the board. So let's hope that Valoris' strategy of being more aggressive and, you know, taking that approach to this game works out. Because we definitely want to see a close game. And so far, Valoris, you know, they won the pistol again, but they haven't won a single rifle round since. So that seems to be a bit of a problem for now.
Yeah, hopefully that can change the course once they switch out. I mean, C1 trading out. And looks like they're gonna be going for the chase, but maybe not. Getting completely flashed out. GTA still alive, barely. I feel like I've seen GTA more red more times than anyone else, but somehow still staying alive.
Yeah, might just be one of those kind of lucky games where, you know, almost. Oh, he ate so many bullets, but I didn't kill him. That happens.
Exactly.
You know, that happens to the best of us.
Well,
that's pretty good. All right, that's a good retake. There you go, Valorous. Seems like the aggressive approach of peeking more, taking more chances, getting more openers is somewhat working. Even though they got the retake, they did put some good damage in the early round as well. So, yeah, there you go, Valorous on 3. It's definitely not a good scoreline, but if they're able to get the 4th, perhaps the 5th, they definitely have a good fighting chance on the breach side. And that's another thing, like with Plaza being as chaotic as it is, you can't really predict much until we've at least seen the first rounds after the side switch. Because Valorous could very well have a very, very well prepared breach side here. We just don't know it yet. So everything is still up for debate, everything is still up for grabs. And I mean, both these teams want to grab it, because in no way do you want to move to the relegation bracket, move to the consolidation finals. You know, you want to make it up to the winners bracket. You want to guarantee that your team has an early and easy access to that finals spot. And there you go, GTA takes down Alpha. So now a 4v4 situation. And Invictus are starting to play more towards like either of the bomb sides. They're not really taking map control that much anymore. And we'll see how that works. I mean, what they did before, which was just taking map control, is working. So it's interesting to see this different approach to their game plan.
Yeah, they're really just again, once they switch, it's going to be the biggest decider, because once we switch over, sure, Valorous, if they follow suit again, they'll take the pistol rounds, which, depending on wherever Invictus lands on the final score, because we still have a couple rounds left, you know, they might pick up 2 more. That'll be great, but Valorous either needs to have a really good breach, or Invictus needs to have a really, really terrible coalition. You know, it just one or the other, doesn't really matter which one, but as of now, they're really just trying to keep everything together, and they are just coming in and Invictus taking them out. And it's just, and you see it's 1-1 trades, but Stratus being able to take that one home, actually.
Yeah, that was a very, very important 1v1 engagement for Stratus, and he wins it. So that puts Valoris definitely in a better position than they were before. Again, 4 rounds, it's not ideal, but you can definitely build off of that. And again, there's still 2 more rounds to go, so perhaps we will even see an equal scoreline after it's all said and done, after we switch to the other side of things. Yeah, Valoris, again, they're getting more aggressive with it. Like, they're taking peaks. So Stratus, he might get overwhelmed here. It's only Deagles and an AK, so all of them push it. Stratus, easy kills. There you go. That's exactly what you should do. He's going for the ace here, man. Valley, yeah, he spots one. Not... I kind of wish the knife kill would go in there, but, you know, it's smarter to just secure the kill, or at least let your teammates secure it, than go for those flashy plays, even though they give you extra 1.5 thousand if you get a knife. And there you go, Valoris. They are alive. They've won 3 rounds in a row. They've rebounded. That's what I love about, you know, top level of critical ops competitive scene, is where even when it seems like it would be over, if there was like a rank game or, you know, just a casual defuse game, all of the teams are so experienced that they're able to adapt and thrive even under the worst conditions.
Yeah, because, you know, you get 4 or 5 rounds separating you in a normal match. You're like, well, you know, I suck, my team sucks, everything sucks, and, you know, you just there goes the mentality out the window, right?
Been there, yeah.
Yeah, it's all over. But here, you know, they understand what happens. They find out where they like to be, the other team, where they like to sit. Like right here behind, you know, there's so many places you can hang out. They know somebody's behind the advertisement. Gonna try and get a few shots off. You can see he knows kind of where to look, where to shoot. And it's just knowing what is wall bangable versus what's not, and what can, you know, get the penetration for the bullets and everything with that. So it's all of that knowledge, and finding out where they're not tells you exactly where they are.
Yep, Valley able to take down GTA, and now it's a 3v4, and I feel like this one should go towards Invictus. You know, they should secure the 7th round here because, well, for one, they have 1-man advantage, but also retaking the B site. Again, it's like checking 2 angles at the same time that are on the opposite sides of things. So, yeah, Valoris, again, have to get extremely lucky, or Invictus just played very poorly in order to give this round away. And with time running out, you know, they really have to move very quickly and do a lot. And Jeppa getting Valley. Safari is able to get Jeppa, but still so many things to clear. Very nice positioning. Volgrant able to put the final nail in the coffin here, taking down Alpha. And that is 7-5 on the side switch. Invictus, so far victorious, but... Again, Plaza, it's the map of chaos, man. Valoris, they very well have a chance to easily come back in this one.
Yeah, and if Valoris decides to get the 2 pistols, or, well, 1 pistol, then the subsequent next round, then they'll be able to tie this up. Kind of have to see what their plans are. Oh, that is some nice info for Jeppa right there. Now, does he have the ability to instantly count everyone he saw? You know, he honestly might, because I mean, look at him. He's already rotating around. He may have automatically been like, hey, I didn't see one. And so he's already going off to the side. Starting off super, super nicely. 1 for each, Vulgrant, Recurse, and Pre. And now look, he knows. Sliding back across, Vulgrant able to take down Stratus.
Oh,
Valley.
okay.
Oh,
I thought we were gonna see like a quad pistol kill, but you know, a bit close there. Yeah, Invictus taking the pistol round. This is what they needed to kind of secure their position in this game. I'd say maybe a little bit of lucky. I mean, they had 2 players stacked towards Belong, and that's exactly where Valoris went. But at the same time, like it felt like Valoris just kind of pushed up Belong and then kind of just got stuck there. They didn't advance, but they also didn't retrieve and like try to attack the other bomb site. So, yeah, Invictus doing everything in their power to actually take the pistol round. And oh, what is happening here? So many bullets, but yeah, that's what happens when you push with the P250. You get slaughtered. You get taken down by those semi-automatic, even automatic rifles. And Stratus, he was able to get 1.
Yeah.
But again, GTA just finishes it off. 9 to the name of Invictus now.
Yeah, definitely can see why G9 was fully expecting them to make their way through to the finals. I mean, they are currently just honestly just doing great work, winning the gunfights and taking heads, taking names, and their team play seems to be really, really well practiced. I mean, they are moving as a unit. And look at this, 2 on either side, but 1 off on B just in case. But then you have a quick sweep back for the 2 in the middle. So right now they are in a solid position for the map. It's really, anyone can move either way to help anyone on either side.
Yep. Oh, they're trying to bait him out. It didn't work for Safari in the pistol round, and I mean he gets the info now. The flash is there, but yeah, when you pre-fire it, you get at least 1.
Yeah.
Nice refrag
and
though.
severely
Nice
damaged.
refrag. Yep.
His Valley is super low, so only 1, 2 bullets. That'll be it. So just a couple of shots, waiting for the smoke to disappear. Stratus able to pick up Jeppa. Recurse getting into a bit of a better position, although Stratus over there up in the apartments area, trying to see if it's available for rent, see if anybody's in there.
Yeah, I mean, if
it
there
is
has
still.
been around for taking, this is it. Valorous have to get this one. Otherwise, it's 5 to 10. It's so hard to come back from. Oh, but the timing here, it might be everything. Recurse, the positioning is so good. Valley, though, able to refrag. Volgrant on the head glitch, gets down Stratus. Now it's only down to Valley, and he's getting backstabbed. He's getting overwhelmed. GTA gets a headshot through the tarp there, and that takes Invictus up to 10. Double digits, 3 away from this best of 1 victory. Valorous, the time is now. The time really is now. And the problem is, the money is not now. The money is somewhat, you can buy AKs, but you would really want at least an SG, preferably. So they have, I mean, it is what it is. They have to make the best with what they have right now. But from what we've seen so far, Invictus just seems way more dominant and just, ready to take it.
Yeah. And this really needs to be their round. But I mean, look at this. Pre is rolling in with the SMG this late into the game, and look, just able to make it work.
Who
yeah, but
peeks?
he's
Who-
that
who
close,
does
and
that?
it worked. You can't complain with results.
No, definitely not. I'm just like surprised and amazed that that actually works. But yeah, good for Pre. Sometimes the element of surprise is the only element that you need to actually win it. And with Xtal being left alive, I mean, he could pick 1 off this off angle here. Definitely possible. But GTA just pre-aims that. Why would you not aim 3 feet, 4 no, like 10 feet above the ground? And I mean, yeah, why would you not? When you have 17 kills being split together with GTA and Volgrant, it's really hard to do anything here.
Yeah, they're really showing up. They're really, I mean, not necessarily carrying the team. The rest of the team is still doing fantastic, though. But when you have 2 teammates doing that high, that well, and we're not even over yet, we're only in 17 rounds, and that has at least minimally guaranteed them each a kill every single round before this. And that is just an absolute guarantee that they're minimally walking out with 1. Is just, I mean, that's just a solid gameplay. When it comes to that, and GTA Recurse trying to make their way up the side themselves. Same for Pre. Stratus able to pick up 1. Same for Valley. But Jeppa and Volgren have something to say about that. We are now at match point for Invictus. Valorous at 5, and Invictus is, they're at 12. This is the last real chance for Valorous to at least break the streak. This would be a really tall order for them to be able to take this victory, but at least break the streak.
Yeah, I'm.
But then Jeppa does
All right, just as you say that, yeah, Jeppa just gets a double. Well, this is the beginning of the end, right? Like, with Recurse getting another one. I mean, all that Valorous have to do is clutch a 2v5 and then win 7 more rounds. Yeah, probably not gonna happen. This is the end. Xtal getting overwhelmed, getting taken down. Invictus taking the best of 1, 13-5. Very, very dominant performance by them here. GTA top the leaderboard, close with Volgrant. They really had great games, both of them. yeah, fun game to watch. Fun game to watch. But Invictus, they just show, you know, why they have so many games under their belt, why they've been dominant for so long.
Yeah, and I mean the fact that if we had, I don't know, one more round, they'd both been at 20 bombs at that point. Again, that's just really ridiculous, and the fact they're able to do it, take it home, and be the victory over Valoris, and gonna go ahead and move on to against Hammer Esports.
Yeah, congratulations to all the teams that played today. Huge congratulations to the teams that won today, which you know, it's definitely not an easy feat to do in when you're playing against the best teams in the European division. Some interesting games, definitely some interesting games. Now, the teams that lost, they're not out. They are going to play in the, I believe it's called consolidation finals, right? Like the finals that, yes,
Yep.
the consolidation finals. Basically, for this is going to be their last chance to, you know, maybe actually make it back to the finals, maybe actually fight back to the top. So best of luck to the teams that lost, to the teams that won. Now, we've seen some great competitive plays today, but, you know, the better team just won in both these matchups, I feel like.
Yeah. At this point, we're gonna be seeing Invictus and Hammer, and then we're going to be seeing G9 and Valorous. Now, of course, tomorrow we will have 3 matches. So at that point, we'll be able to see. We don't have anything. It'll be any match of those going up into the next set of rounds. But overall, we'll find out tomorrow who's going to be moving ahead into the consolidation, moving up, and finding out who's going to be securing their spot into the finals for Sunday. But unfortunately, that is all we had for matches. They went ahead and made that nice and quick, making it look nice and clean. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us and watching. Thank you guys to Compact Esports, Mobile Esports, Zuvi as well. You guys remember that's still going on for the top clip contest. You guys can get those in. You guys can download the app on your Google Play Store, your Apple App Store. You guys can use the link on screen or the QR code and be able to download it, get your account made. If you guys are playing in Circuit, fair, you guys can take your clips and take those ridiculous no scopes and upload those to our chance to win with the Critical Ops Circuit hashtag, and then have a chance to win $200. Or you guys at home, you guys watching with all your crazy clips, upload those under the Critical Ops Casual and have a chance to win an extra $130 in your pocket. Be able to use those on some sweet cases, skins, and anything that you really want to use it on. So, guys, go ahead and download that, get your account made, and get those clips uploaded for your chance to win.
Yeah, it was some great games today. Thank you to everyone who watched. We'll catch you tomorrow with the best of threes. Three games today. Tomorrow. 2 best of threes and 1 best of 1. So definitely tune in. And then on Sunday we have the big reveal, which is where we crown the winner of the Critical Ops Circuit Season 5. Take care, guys. See you tomorrow.